inspiration and your story.
Wow, there I am. Well, I don't know why it's not raining in your Hawaii, but it's raining in mine. And I haven't been on the call very long, but I did hear your story, Scott, and it was fun to hear your story because I don't know your story. It was interesting. So thanks for sharing that story with me. By the way, that's my puppy in the background. But I'm here in Hawaii, and really this place of Hawaii was a dream of mine. And this very house actually was a dream of mine. You know, we all have dreams, and they're important to have. I've been always accused of being a daydreamer, and okay, so I was guilty of that. But daydreaming is what brought me here to me. And also the thing that brought me here was working hard. It's because if you can dream all you want, and if you're laying in bed doing that dreaming, you're not going to get very far. And also the thing I think that brings me here right now is that I'm good at change. I think this situation that the whole world has been placed in has taught us that change is something to embrace. It's going to happen. In this case, it happened worldwide. We were all asked to change how we were living our day-to-day lives overnight. And we have. And people have gained a community out of it. And there's been some amazing things that have happened. Because really, turning your trials into triumphs and overcoming your obstacles by opportunity is what brought us and why we're here today, which was a long time ago. I was in a network marketing business, and I was a very successful distributor, and that business went out of business. They basically declared bankruptcy and thought they didn't need distributors anymore. And that could have been the worst day of my life because I had achieved success. It was an amazing experience, this network marketing, and I loved it. How was I going to, what was going to happen next? How could I participate in this again? And so I decided, oddly, that I really couldn't trust anyone else to do another network marketing company. I didn't trust management, but I could trust myself. So I gathered together with some friends, and we needed skincare. And because of skincare in that day and age, 1984, 83, wasn't very good. And so we set out to pioneer and innovate in the skincare industry and to be a force for good family. Now, it's evolved to that, but really we just started sharing the product and talking with people. Now, why I share that story is because that was a really bad day, right? When I went to deposit my bonus check and it bounced, but not really, because it's the launching pad that sent me to want to create another opportunity for people to enjoy what I had enjoyed so much. I see it now as an opportunity for every single person that wants to do this kind of thing. And I see it also as an amazing family and opportunity. And that, I hear the Nourish the Children that you're talking about. I mean, that came because we were a company that could support that effort. If that opportunity had come to us when we were a little company, we would have had to say, we're going to wait. We're going to wait to do something bad. But the fact that we are empowered, mighty force for good around the world, the fact that we can motivate Alan to say that he wants to do 100 million meals in Vietnam so that we can get a factory built there, those are big dreams. And those aren't dreams of boats and cars and cruises. Those are dreams that really we value. So all I can say is we've created a worldwide family, a worldwide force for good family through sharing the products, through empowering people, and through creating great opportunity where there is chaos. There's chaos now. We are creating opportunity. We have products that can help us through the chaos, and we have opportunity that will help people and empower people to do their best, to make I would say lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah, that's so awesome, Sandie. I would love you to share a little bit about the beginning of our New Skin journeys. Your New Skin journey, with the idea of like all of the good and none of the bad. Like, I mean, we have so many new people right now. You would not even imagine what's going on in our New Skin business. I mean, people just joined like last week. I mean, this is where we are in this Zoom. And I would love to hear that.
Right.
Like the basic, like, I mean, think about, like, these are people never met you before in their life, you know? And the other thing I would love if you could share a little bit about Motivated by Love.
Okay. All right. Well, when I started New Skin, I was a 28-year-old mother of 2 little girls, and very soon expecting my 3rd child. Brand new business, brand new products. No one had ever heard of it. And that was 36 years ago. So I look at brand new people and I say, my goodness, what we couldn't have done with an opportunity that was this established. Because now we are established. We've got marketing services. We've got the internet. We've got cell phones. We've got marketing materials. We've got fabulous products that we've innovated on for 36 years and still have many of the original products that we launched back in 1984. In 1984, when we started, we just said to ourselves, the skincare products that are out there are not good. Most of them had mineral oil as their base, and they were inexpensively made with not, with maybe some good ingredients thrown in here and there, but they weren't ideal. So we set out to create a product with all of the good ingredients and none of the bad, and created 13 products and began sharing them through demonstrating them. We have a product called the Facial Lift System, which was really our first, demonstrate the difference, where we'd apply it on one half of someone's face and then leave it on and tell them about the product, and then remove it and then show them the differences. And if you think about it, not one person had heard of New Skin, and we are now in 52 countries. Can you imagine? This is all from just caring and sharing and offering the opportunity, and our products working, and our people being happy in the community that they're in. Because really, if I succeed by helping you succeed. And, there aren't a lot of places in the world where this is true. But in our case in particular, we succeed as a company when we help you succeed. And since I was a distributor in a network marketing company, and I was one of the founders of New Skin, I know how important it is to keep the distributor happy. I love our distributor family, which brings us to being motivated by love. Being a partner with people is scary. And so when we started New Skin, and Blake Roney came on board because he had a degree in finance, we made him president. And Steve Lund came on board. He had his legal degree, and he was doing all the paperwork for us. And he was also good at firing people. When we started hiring people, he was very good at hiring people. Blake and I weren't very good at it. But all 3 of us, everyone that we brought aboard, were motivated by love. When I think about it, we didn't know at the time. But when I think about it, that's what we were motivated by. Oh yeah, we wanted the company to be successful. We wanted these things, but we were all motivated because we loved our families, and we wanted them to provide it and taken care of. And we loved people. And we loved to see success, and we loved taking care of other people. We were all service oriented in our thoughts. So from there, we've just attracted, I would say, a worldwide family that has embraced those same values. And because really that's the value, that's the formula for happiness and success. How do you know you're successful? Are you happy? Are you feeling good? Are you helping others? Are you motivated by love? Are the choices that you're making motivated by greed, hate, revenge, or are they motivated by love? And if you can answer that question with a yes, this decision is motivated by love, it's probably the right one. And since you're one decision away from absolutely changing your life, why not make it be, I am going to change my life for the better. I'm going to discover the best me. I'm going to use this opportunity to launch myself into a new phase of me, a new discovery of me, a better me. I know I do that pretty much every day. How can I be a better me? Okay, so I didn't do this or that or this or that yesterday, but how can I be a better me? So I think even, being able to share on this phone call, I'm becoming a better me. So thank you for that opportunity.
Right on. We do want to ask you a little bit more questions, if you don't mind, but I want to share a little song that I would love if you could sing with us all together. And if you're out there with the thousands of people out there, I'm going to share this song, and it's something that we sing with each other all the time. And it goes like this, and you can sing along like behind me. I love myself so much.
I love myself so much
that I can love you so much.
That I can love you so much.
That you can love you so much.
That you can love you so much.
That you can start loving me.
Loving
me. All together, ready? I love myself so much that I can love you so much. That you can love me so much. That you can start loving me. So our theme for today is really about love, and I know Sandie is like, the reason why we're all here actually is because we all are motivated by love. And I can tell you for sure, being a team elite in the company now, 14 years, Sandie, I've been a team elite, and I think this year I'll get my name in the stone on the ground or whatever you call it. But it's so interesting because it went by so quickly. But the one thing I can tell you, at the beginning you work for success, but then you work for significance. And this company offers the whole gamut of success, leadership, personal development, and then working for love to help others to do good. And I always say to my distributors, if they could spend 7 days in my shoes, they would walk through concrete walls to become a team elite. Because it's not even the money. I mean, we are amazing, in that way, but it's actually the feeling you get helping people every day. It's such a beautiful feeling. And I just thank you so much for all you do for the company and for all of us, in the inspiration. And what I was saying earlier today to all of the moms out there is that, you inspire us by doing because I think sometimes moms give up themselves for their kids. And it's actually even better when moms, to me, when they actually take on their challenges and go for their own business and to do these things, because they're inspiring their kids to do more and take on more. And that's why I came up with the phrase, it's my turn now, and Nu Skin can be your turn now. And so anyway, I just appreciate all that you do for us. I really would love to hear a little more about the beginnings, because, you guys were not a $3 billion. When I came on, you were not even a $1 billion company. But definitely when you guys came on, what were some of the big challenges at the very beginning in starting this? Because I think a lot of people are going through that phase. They're 1 week into the business. People are like, tell them no, or this is network marketing, and they kind of hang up the phone. And there's so much things that can happen, right, when you start. So tell us a little bit about your beginning, maybe some of the biggest challenges you faced.
Well, probably the biggest challenges we had was we didn't have a distributor, so we were the distributors and the company. So while we were taking orders, which, by the way, came through the mail with a check attached to a physical form, and it would take you 8 weeks to get your product as a distributor. But while we were giving meetings, and we were fulfilling product needs. And we also started this company with zero debt. In other words, we had to sell the product, and then we had 90 days to pay for it. So we were running a very tight ship. We would order product as soon as we sold the product that we had. And we were constantly running out, constantly. We were also filling our own jars, because if we ordered them in the big, 5-gallon tubs, we could spoon the product into jars, hand label it, and ship it off. At the same time, doing meetings, and there were 2 of us in the office, Blake and myself, and me expecting. It was a crazy time, I'm going to say, but we were growing organically. We were growing as fast as we could, and we needed distributor leadership. And at the time when we first started New Skin, my husband, my mother-in-law, Claire McDermott, a lot of people suggested that it was a stupid idea, because they were doing they had chosen another opportunity to do, and I chose not to do that with them. I was going to build New Skin. So I had a lot of people saying, you're going to fail. Go away, little girl. What are you thinking you're doing, starting New Skin? It's going to, where's the money? Who's loaning you money? Well, we've been successful, but I had made a commitment to the family funds that I wouldn't put any money into my stupid skincare idea, and he wouldn't put any of his money into whatever the deal he had chosen to do. And for the most part, I held up to that commitment. I mean, there might have been a couple of, brochures printed with the family credit card. I don't know. But, that's when we say we started up with $5,000. That was where that $5,000 came from. And we were all volunteers. We couldn't afford to pay ourselves, because every single dime that we made had to go back into the business. Now, that wasn't difficult for me, but I got to say, with Blake just having finished college, his wife, he was married, they were expecting a baby, things were happening in his life, and it was a big sacrifice. And then when we first started paying distributor checks, I mean, you're writing a check for whatever, and boy, I'm having a hard time, paying for groceries. It was an interesting experience, and it took a lot of integrity, especially on his part, because he was in charge of all the money. So, it was an amazing moment. We were, operating out of a condo in Provo, Utah, and we named our company New Skin International. Can you imagine? What were we thinking? But we did it, because every single day we showed up. We'd go all the way to New York and plan a meeting, and there'd be 2 people there. And, okay, so you give that meeting to those 2 people. We showed up in California to do a meeting, no people. So we took the person that was hosting the meeting, and we said, we're going to go and find people that will come to the meeting. And we did. We went out to the mall and found people that would come to a meeting. You just don't take no for an answer, I guess. And every situation has a solution. And we had a lot of situations. One day we were in a really weird office place, and we had got another office to put our product in. and it was heavy, and we weren't really thinking about the weight issue. And one morning I'm coming up the stairs and I look to the left, and there's an office there with a big picture window, and our product is on the desk of the attorney below. It had all come crashing. So it was time to move. But in every movement forward, there was probably, if we looked around, something pushing us back. But you see, I didn't have my head up. I didn't have my head down looking for the problems or what's going to happen and keep us from success. No, I just kept my eye on the success. And I stumbled probably over some of those obstacles because I was so laser focused on what we wanted to do. But it was worth it. It will be worth it for you, because if you think about it, you're starting the same way I started. Nothing. No one in your circle. Or for your case, you're so much better, actually. You got products that will be delivered, to the person. You have, you could just pick up the phone or pick up your computer and share the products. There's just so many things you can do that couldn't do. And you're empowered 100%. And you got a giant team of people all over the world that are supporting you and that love you. So it's a great opportunity for self-growth, for financial growth. And join us.
Wow, I love that. Everybody's clapping. I know out there we have thousands of people online with us this morning, also speaking in Vietnamese language and in Spanish. A lot of people in Europe right now. It's pretty late in Europe, but they're up late listening to us as we talk. So thank you so much for all of that. And I just want to tell you that, I think now you're a grandma, right? So how many grandkids?
Oh, yeah. I have 10 grandchildren. 3 of them are actually here with me in Hawaii, so I'm not lonely. And it's been an amazing journey. And my older children are also new skin distributors. They didn't want to come and be corporate. Not, sorry, Scott, everybody else, but it's a lot more fun to be a distributor. So that's the path they chose. They could become anything. They all finished college with different degrees, but then the family, the New Skin family, feels good to be part of it.
New Skin is voted as one of the best places to work in Utah, I think, like the last 5 years. And
yes.
What do you do for the employees to keep them, motivated? I know it's motivated by love, but tell us some of the things you guys do.
Well, they also see how hard the distributor works, honestly. And, for many people, that's just not their choice to work that hard. Distributors work hard. Yes, the reward is great, but not everyone has the same motivations. But I tell you, they do get the same reward, because when they help people become successful, it feels equally good for them. So once again, the financial reward is great. They probably have a lesser financial reward but they have a bigger or an opportunity to do the same, to help people all around the world. And you'll find that is their motivation. Because if it's not, then they just don't fit in our corporate culture. And it's fun to travel around the world, because how do you find nice people? Well, nice people, first of all, are attracted to our opportunity, but we hire nice people. At least we try. If nothing else, be kind. You can be anything, just be kind.
Yeah, I love it. Whenever we call into the call center, Sandie, you guys have an incredible staff. Even the lowest person on the totem pole is really amazing, just of service. And I do say that because, I was not an instant success. I was Lapis executive for 2 years. I came to Utah every month from Hawaii, 9-hour flight. So nobody out there can say, Alan was an instant success. So, it's so easy for him, it's so hard for me, but easy for you, you say, right? And that was not true at all about me. I did take a long time to grow and to learn. And I was the one bringing zero people to Utah, coming by myself over and over. And then I got Steve Wong to come with me, one person, and eventually my sister. I mean, that was it, and it was that kind of growth. I just want to share that with everybody because I think sometimes they see us here at the top and they think, oh yeah, it was just, must be so easy. You made millions before New Skin. It was so easy for you to grow. No, it was not. And I thought it was going to be easier than it was, to tell you the truth. But it is true that if you believe in this company, like I got it in my heart. I got to tell you, when it happened for me, it was during a global convention, and there was Lee Iacocca in the front, and he shared this vision. If every distributor of New Skin found 3 people, and the 3 found 3 in 2 generations, we could end world hunger forever. And the word forever literally rang in my bones. I mean, it really, it was that day that I decided to become, I was 2 years into the business, and I was part-time, and I decided that day to go full-time. It took me 8 months to close the rest of my businesses, and then I went full-time and I was a Ruby by then, became a Blue Diamond in 2 months, and then Team Elite, and then I've never been not a Team Elite. So that's the way it is for me. But tell us really a little bit about Nourish the Children and what you feel about Force for Good, and how is that? I know you're the main driving force for that. So I just wanted you to share a little bit about that.
Well, when we very first started New Skin, our very first brochure mentions that a portion of our proceeds would go toward a cancer foundation that had been set up for Blake Roney's mother, because she had recently passed away from cancer. So our minds were always on giving back. But before we became a force, it was a less, conjoined effort. And I think it was 1997, if I recall, that we had formulated the Epic line of products. And with that, we were, taking a portion of the proceeds. We had built it into, the marketing model that we would take a portion of proceeds and donate them to the Ecology Foundation, because a lot of the information that we had gotten to develop the products was indigenous knowledge, and we felt like we should give back to the people that had given us the information for centuries and using it. So we set up the Force for Good Foundation. And since then, it's just inspired people to think outside themselves. The opportunity will help, the products will help a certain scope of people. But for the most disadvantaged in the world, the opportunity in the products, how can we help them through that? And that would be through the sale of those products and through the success of distributors. When distributors are successful, they're empowered financially. And what are you going to do with just so much money? Well, we got a good idea. To help people. And most people have that idea on their own. And a lot of our projects that we support come from the distributor families saying, hey, there's a small project here or a small project there that could use support, and we are able to support those things. We have worldwide efforts. And also, years and years later, since we've sort of been known in the community as a force for good, the opportunity of Nourish the Children came along. And that became our social entrepreneurial giving back program. And it has served now 650 million meals to children around the world. It's pretty big. I'd like that number to be bigger than that McDonald's number of billions. Because as Alan has said, there's no reason why people need to go hungry. It's just simply a matter of getting food to the people that need it. And we have a goal to do that. And in Malawi, Africa, we've been really having some great success by building villages. But we built a village, an educational village, where we bring families in and train them on horticulture, agriculture, hygiene, accounting, what grows in their area. And then after those families graduate, they go home with the tools that they'll need for success, the information that they need for success, and they're asked to share that with their villages. And I think we've had 7 or 8 graduating classes. So we're teaching people how to fish, and giving them the tools to fish when our opportunity and products aren't available to them. And I feel good about that. And everyone should, because, it's not just my effort. With my effort, I can do good, I can help. But with my effort joined with so many other people's efforts, we can do so much more. And it's just, everyone gives a little. And I think there's a lot of people giving a lot. So thank you.
Wow. I gotta, my take on that is School of Agriculture for Family Independence, or the SAFI program in Malawi, Africa, is the way I look at it is you're building a farm, and one farm plot that used to only serve corn or be filled with corn now is like a plate dinner or a dinner, so you have protein like soybeans growing and beans and corn and vegetables and fruits and even now chicken. So you have different sources of like a balanced meal being grown on a farm plot. And that's now replicating, I think, 6,000 farms a year making this happen. And we're really interested this year to build our first ones in Mexico. So we want to build a SAFI. I mean, Rose is so active. You cannot even imagine how much work she does. Like, when she's so busy building her business right now, but she's like, no matter how busy she is, she's always thinking, hey, we can do this, we can do that. And we got like a plot, we got everything there with leaders. And Vitamila is arriving this month, I think, in Mexico.
Wow.
So we're like on full bore mission right now in all of the markets I participate in fully, like really heavily. We're in a full-born mission to actually build this thing. And I will tell you for sure, my Vietnamese team, and I got a bunch, like I think you know that, is so ready to go out and give this thing all of their heart and effort. And it's been such a beautiful, I'm so glad that we're having this translated to Vietnamese today. And thank you to Chivier's in the United Kingdom, who's our actual translator.
Yeah.
But I would like you to share a little bit about your work in Mexico.
Well, New Skin's been in Mexico for almost 20 years, and we never really launched Nurse to Children in Mexico, and that is one country that we really, really need that. The children are really malnourished and very poorly taken care of. Alan and I, we actually visited a little town. They're descendants of the Mayans in Yucatan. And, this town, most of the families, they live in these, I can't even call them houses. They don't even have roof. They don't even have floor in those homes. And you can just see the people, young kids, and they're already having kids. And how do they take care of their kids when they're kids themselves? And you can tell how badly shaped they're in. And it's just very, very devastating. And we visited a school, and they have no food. Absolutely no food.
They don't even have a cafeteria.
Yeah, no cafeteria. It was lunchtime, and there was a little cart and selling junk food.
Like potato chips.
Yeah, I am so grateful. I mean, I know it's not my work, and I know it's God's work, and it's all part of His plan. I mean, why would a Canadian Chinese land in Mexico, doesn't speak a word of Spanish, and I know it's all part of God's plan, and thank God, after now almost 3 years, and we finally have 99% of everything in place. We have our partner, which is CMR, and we are in constant communication with Don to make sure that all of we pass all of the the import regulations for the Vitameal, and we just got the news just a few days ago that it's at the last 1%, and it should arrive within just. We can see it. So I'm so grateful, and of course I'm so grateful for Alan for all his support. And I really didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. I just know I want these bags in Mexico, and it's happening. And I'm so grateful for you, Sandie, and you for always inspired us with love. And when things get difficult, and trust me, things got really difficult in Mexico in the beginning. Being a foreigner, didn't know anybody, didn't know any language, but it is your teaching that coming from love, and when you do truly come from your heart, everything will be okay, and everything will just take care of it. So, and I love what Ronnie from Indonesia, she always says, all we can do is we do our best, and God will do the rest. And that is truly an example of that. So anyway, I couldn't thank you enough for creating this amazing company with all these amazing products. And by the way, you look absolutely amazing, beautiful, radiant as usual. And you are the model for all of us mothers, around the world, and to be beautiful and powerful and independent and smart and intelligent. But most of all, we embody love. And that's what Mother is for, that we give love. So thank you so much. It's so special to have this Mother's Day weekend with you, Sandie. And I'm sure everybody around the world, we're so grateful. And thank you so much.
I just want to have you end with one thought. Like my team today is my turn now. So if there was one word you want to share summarizing everything we talked about the great products that we have, and about the great business that we have, and the great leadership that we have, is there any one last thing you want to say, and maybe with the theme of it's my turn now?
Well, I've always kind of felt like it was my turn now. And I think we need to keep it, it's always your turn. It's always your turn to speak out. It's always your turn to make good choices. It's always your turn to create your own happiness. So, use your time wisely. We've got this gift of time, and slow down. And just use it to the best to create the best good. And there's nothing wrong with putting you first. You believe in yourself first. Make sure you believe in yourself, but you've got plenty of belief to share with others. Wow. So believe, love, and it's your turn all the time.
Yeah, love it.
You see some of my distributors on the chat crying right now. It's really
And thank you so much for what you're doing as a force for good, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about empowering people to do more. You don't have to just send a check. We want your energy into something that is going to change the world. And you're changing the world for those people in Mexico. And the plan is to do it again in Vietnam. Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
All right. You're definitely, I actually believe, if you're on this call today, you're on probably because of my Force for Good mission, because I am so focused on that. Like,